오빤 강남스타일 강남스타일 오빤 강남스타일 강남스타일 오빤 강남스타일 Hey sexy lady 오빤 강남스타일.
Hey YouTubers, Ruben here. I've been making stuff with PVC piping, like bows and walking staffs, and I thought I had an idea, and I wanted to make the I guess you would call it the toughest cell phone holder there is. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cell phone holder that would clip onto my belt, made out of PVC. So what I did is I found a large round PVC pipe, which is one I found was 8 inches in diameter. I cut a 6-inch section round out of it. Then I cut that section in half, and then I heated it with my heat gun, and I opened it up, and I got a flat part. So this is what it kind of looks like. So this is where I flattened it at, and here's the round part where the pipe would have been circumference like this, and I got this flat part here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this flat part here, and then I'm going to cut it, and so I'm just going to have one square flat piece of PVC. So let me cut, and I'll be right back. So now that I've cut out that piece, I've got practically a square piece of PVC pipe, and then what I did, I don't know if you can see it, I laid my phone down on top of it flat, and I traced the dimension of my phone on there, and then I made a 1/2 inch away from the phone, and I made a new line there on both sides, and then a 1/2 inch from the profile of the phone on the bottom. So what that's going to be is when I finally cut it and I heat it, that's the part that's going to bend over and hold on to the phone. So you don't want to cut it out the exact same size of your phone. That's not going to work. So hopefully I got a general idea. I got the dimensions of my phone on the internet, and that's how thick they said it was. So that's what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out the profile and work on my next step. Okay, now as you see, what I did was I cut the outside line, so I still have that 1/2 inch part right here to the left and to the right, and I still have that part here on the bottom. I didn't cut that one. I want to, just in case, I want to save that, but I can trim that later. So now what I had to think of is now when I heat this part and I curl it, this corner part right here is not going to curl right with it. So what I did was, from the bottom measurement of the phone, I went up 1 inch. So there's, if you can barely see it here, I've got like 1 inch marked out, and that section that has an X in it is going to be removed, because when I heat this part up right here, only this section right here is going to be curled. And I got to use something really small in diameter, maybe like a pencil, and heat it and curl it around that and hold it there till it sets again. Do the same thing with this side, cut this section out, heat it, curl it with the pencil, and then try sliding my phone in and see if it fits. And if it doesn't have, it's got a tight enough grip but not resistant to where it's not going to go in, or I have to really shove it in, or it's going to be really difficult to pull back out again. And then I guess one of the final thing would be to shaping would be doing the bottom, curling up the bottom to hold the cell phone in, and then eventually I'll be in the back drawing a pattern to cut out and heating up to make like a belt handle, so when you hook it onto your belt, it stays there. But let me continue with that cutting and the heating and the folding and see how that works out. Alright. Well, what I did was I went ahead and I heated up that one section and I made my first curl. So you see it, how it comes around, it profiles, and I try using a round rod to get it to round up, but it didn't work that very well, so I actually ended up using my own cell phone. So after I heated this up, I stuck the cell phone right next to it and I curled it up with my fingers, and even wearing gloves, it's still pretty damn hot. But I got through it. So here's the first curl here on this side, and it's pretty strong. It's tough stuff. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to heat this side up, curl that over, and see if I can fit my phone in there so it slides in and out without any kind of easily, but not too easy, so where if anything happens the phone just slips right out. And then we'll go ahead and we'll trim the bottom and then curl that up and see where we go from there. Alright, so I went ahead and I heated the other side and I folded that up as best I could, and I heated the bottom and I folded that up. I'm using my cell phone as the mold, if you will, or to mold the PVC plastic, and this is what I got so far. So my phone is in there pretty gosh darn tight. You can see the bottom. Still kind of got these little wing pieces there, but I'm going to cut those off later. And it slides in kind of rough right now, but I guess once it breaks in it will stay. But you can see it's kind of difficult right now to pull in and out. Something I noticed too, when you're heating up the edges right here, watch the back, because the back will heat up as well, and it'll bend a little bit too, so it doesn't help when you're trying to manipulate this into a curve. You want to keep it down flat on a workbench or on an area that you're working on. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take it and trim these pieces here, reheat it, because I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of warpage in the back there. Reheat that, flatten it, and hold it down with a piece of wood or something. I don't want to use my hands anymore. It's getting really hot. And also in the heating process, it kind of changed the PVC's color to a little bit of a off-white, more close to a yellow. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but that really doesn't matter. I'm going to sand it lightly, and then I'm going to spray paint it. And oh yeah, before I do all that though, I'm going to try to make a handle in the back here. So let's see how that works out. Well, that's it, folks. I'm done. You want to see the final product? Here it is. My PVC cell phone holder / case. Strongest one you can imagine. In the back, when I did the handle, I just free-handed a profile piece, square, and I cut that out. And I'm also, if you don't know what I'm cutting with, I'm using my rotary tool with a cutting blade on it, and also using the sanding drum on it to do the smoothing out and the profiling. But other than that, yeah, there it is. Now you bet you want to know if it works. Let me show you. There's my phone. Slides in easy. Does not come out. Won't come out. I should pull it from the top. Comes right out like that. It took some reshaping, reheating, reprofiling, squeezing to get it to where, there it goes. My phone still works. To get it this nice, comfortable shape. So now I'm gonna do is just paint it my favorite color, blue, and walk around, sport it. And if anybody asks me where I got it from, I can tell them I made it myself out of PVC. See what kind of reactions I get. But there you go, folks. The first ever PVC cell phone holder. Leave the questions and comments if you need any. and something to do while you're on your weekend. Hey, have a great day. Thanks for watching.